come and take it, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een, amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us the opportunity to come to His house to perform the salah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to increase in the khair that is to be descend on this day and protect us from types of evil. Ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. One of the elements that is found in the body of human being and Allah Azza wa Jal has created is the element of anger. And this anger, it has many different components, and a lot of it has to do with an individual reacting to the situation that Allah Azza wa Jal puts him in. Because anger, it's a thing that is found inside this human being. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he saw two people arguing and being angry against each other. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said that when a person he is angry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmah and mercy, that is away from this individual. And in fact, Allah Azza wa Jal does not like that individual who gets angry. Of course, there are situations where you're supposed to get angry, where you have to get angry, especially even in the case of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu describes, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam would not get angry unless if there is a commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is being violated. And when he would get angry, how can we tell that he would be angry? So we make sure that we don't put the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam in that condition. His face would turn red, كأن في خده حبة الرمان فقد حبة الرمان, that as if a pomegranate seed or pomegranate has been squeezed onto his cheeks. That's how we would show. So Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu says, I was sitting in the riwayat of Masjid Ahmed, Imam Ibn Kathir rahmatullah alayhi has located in his tafsir under the ayah of وَإِذْ أَخَذَ اللَّهُ مِيثَاقَ النَّبِيِّينَ لَمَا آتَيْتُكُمْ إِلَىٰ آخِرِهِ. That once Umar radiyallahu anhu was sitting with some of the scriptures of the previous prophets, and he was reading in the presence of Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam. And Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam, his face starting to turn red, and he was showing this disappointment. And Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu immediately addressed Umar radiyallahu anhu, and he said to him that, don't you see the displeasure of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam? Why are you reading this? And then upon this, Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam said, لو أن موسى وعيسى حيين لما, if Musa and Isa alayhi salam were alive today, they will not receive salvation except to follow what I have brought to you. So right now, the book that needs to be recited is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now how to control this element? Because if it's not controlled, then it can lead a person towards those actions that this individual can be regretful in the future. And this is something that is put inside this human being, and a lot has to do with the force of shaitan and his own nafs. So Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam has prescribed a very effective method through which a person can suppress and control his anger. Number one is, when you get angry, recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ told these two individuals when they were arguing, being angry against each other. The Prophet ﷺ told him that recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. When you recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, shaitan runs away from you. And you are not being controlled by shaitan to do those actions which can be harmful for you or anyone else, and you would have regret in the future. Number two, change your position. If you're standing, sit down. If you're sitting down, lie down or stand up. Or change the environment that is making you angry. If you're sitting in the house, you have an argument, go outside, change the room. And then the greatest protection is what? Go to the bathroom or go to the sink and make wudu. Wudu is a way of suppressing and controlling your anger. Because when you are in the stage of wudu, then shaitan stays away from you. It's the protection, it's the shield that Allah Azza wa Jal has given to the believers. So, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal, this is why one of the du'as of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam is, Allahumma dhib ghayda qalbi. Oh Allah, remove the anger of my heart. Some people have this, they get angry very fast, right? And this is supposed to be controlled. It's not that a person says, oh, I can't help it, I get angry. No, this is an exercise. It's an exercise that a person needs to work on for his own self, for others. Otherwise, this stage, sometimes it can lead a person towards things that there is no turning back to. A person can't fix it. Some of the problems that we create in our life, and a lot of has to do with divorce issues. A lot of people, oh, I was angry and I gave my wife a divorce. Well, who gives a wife divorce while he's happy? Right? You're not going to go and you say, oh, Harry, Rose, honey, and then now you're divorced. You're not going to do that, right? You are going to get angry, you're going to get upset, and then after that eventually, but Allah Azza wa Jal has given you the control to control it. Allah has given you that power. And if you don't, then this is the foolishness of this individual. So we have to be a believer is always active. A believer is always controlling. A believer is not the one who slips on the deceptions of shaitan. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding, ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.